lesson one. I'm very grateful to be out in nature teaching as I did 9 years ago. For 9 years straight. And that leads us here into this moment. So these videos will be recorded as well. I'll just make sure I upload them on the channel so it stays there. Just edit it a little bit, and then I'll put it back on unlisted so everyone with the link will be able to save the video and accompany with your recording. So we're gonna keep it to like 30 minutes. So once we get to the 3-minute mark, we're gonna dive deep into it. This is the intro. Peace unto you. As you know, my name is Nadiie. I am a medicine man or man from Siksika. That means Blackfoot in English. Initiated at the age of 7. Astral projected every single night. And from this experience, what brought us forth in the apparentness of light was by 13, with the assistance of Ryan Cropper, we dove deep in consciously astral projecting. All of that information experience leads us to this now, your now. So, in regards to seeing lessons as themes, moving forth away from that way of living serves now. For there's no singular theme, as life is a mixture, a gumbo in sense. It's filled with much, as nature is. As the crows, the crop, and those who are all around, they see. Because there's a coexisting of life. And lesson one is more so a direction. Remember 3 D's. Direction, destination, and destiny. Direction is always the stepping stones that leads us to a life filled with all there is. Direction. The pathway that has now presented itself is being all there is. So if you received, let's say, a contract or soul agreement with another person, and that person just so happened to be God. If God came up to you right now and said, "Are you ready to come home?" What is your answer? And this goes for all of you. Those who see the pre-recorded, those who are seeing the live. Even the beings that surround us in the realms of spirit. We all have our answer. Now, as you go within, hey, Aunt, and you see the answer you've given yourself in your mind's eye, you stand on that. It's okay for one to not be called a mystic, a messiah, and it's okay for one to be called it. There is no right and wrong, only what we accept and what we choose to not accept. For those that said, "I'm going home," here we are. See, home is a state you share. Home is a state you share. It isn't acts of lip service. It's not something that can be vocalized, for there are experiences in what people call heaven that has no form of description assigned to it. There are things that cannot be described, not because anyone is not encompassing the intellect of one who's able to bring forth descriptions. No, there are things in the realms of light that have no descriptions assigned to them, for there are so much in isness. There are genderless, nameless things out here, forces. And these forces bring forth this awareness as we anchor all there is in what truly, truly, truly serves for all of us as we understand the mechanisms of life, as some say. The more we encounter light, peace, or whatever passions serve for us, the more we encounter it, what we recognize, the more we encounter peace and love, is the state that we share is not even a process of delivering something to another. For now we enter a form of integration that ascended masters and masters allow themselves to remember. One shall not forgive, for forgiveness is done. One shall not share, for all has been given. This form of living is how masters live. I forgave all there is. Therefore, I need not forgiveness. I've integrated it. It's over. So I live a life with that state. I became forgiveness. So even if I go into the hood, people come with issues and squash the beef. You've became forgiveness. There is no process of time, and this is another form and concept. Remember that word, concept. This is another concept masters operate by. This idea of time is not so. If we understand as we go into the astral realms, my friend timed me and I was in there for a few minutes, but my experiences was that of hours whilst I was in the spirit realms. That should let us know something is wonky about time. And the next day we do it, and it's always landing at a different time. 3 minutes on this end, same time, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 15, however much you want to time one who is astral projecting. This is the proof that people can apply. Have them, they have to be good practitioners though. They cannot be their first time, for when you go into the astral realms, it's like being born again. You will only stay there very quickly, only like 20 seconds, possibly. Unless you've been doing it for a while and then you get into it. You might make it to your door if you go in your room. Go as an astral projector in your room. But once you touch that door knob, you'll go back in your body because the body is not used to it. Even if your body is ready, it's a psyche thing. So even masters would say, if you aren't mentally stable, do not go into the astral realms because you can accidentally go into the ethers. Ethers is not a bad place. It's just a thought form realm. If you are very heavy in thought, whether you're thinking about love or anything else, if you're heavy in thought, just thinking, that's why beings like Yeshua, Buddha, they would say you need not thought. Monks operate on this because they know when I go into the spirit realms, I don't want to be thinking, period. There's nothing wrong with it. I don't want to do that because that instantly sends me to the ethers. If I'm trying to go to dimension 33 and I'm thinking, that instantly voids it out because the only rule is to not be in the ethers, do not think. That's the only rule. So you have to go there clear-minded, clear-headed. And then from that point, you become choice, literally choice embodied. And from this, it's so you've become choice so much that you choose your state. You know how you have to get drunk in that drinking period takes a while before the drunkenness takes effect, or you have to smoke a while before highness takes effect, or you have to work out for months on months before you see muscles. You know how there's always that buffer in between. No, in this world, time is so. But in that world, it is not. You become choice. So the moment you say this state, it is so. Visualize you just saying, I am the most powerful being that has ever existed. Use that word existed. If you just visualize that. When I say bring things in your mind, this is something we don't tell the public because of people not having sane minds. So they will know the topics that we teach because we teach them in such a way where it resonates as if you were a child. So the moment that comes out of our mouth, if someone who is not sane receives this message, does the technique because I will teach them how to do it, then issues may arise. So, but this is the technique because you're in the mystery school, and that's what mystery schools is all about. You know how you close your eyes and you see blackness? Or when you look at the sun or a light and you see like color. You know how you can visualize that? Well, if you have to do that, as in close your eyes to see the beyond, but if your eyes are open, you're visualizing it, that means there's a you that has its eyes permanently closed. Permanently closed as in mind's eye open. For to open the mind's eye here, your eyes of two, must be closed. Even if your eyes are open, eyes of two, the way to do this is recognize how the physical eyes see. We teach this in the 3-day course. That's why it's extremely important before you come into the mystery school, because what is the first day of the 3-day course all about? Losing descriptions. The eyes see in descriptions. The eyes is in alignment and assigns itself to memory. But there's a such thing called memory of the now. But the moment you make the adjust as society does and thinks of memory of the past or the future, then the concept of time is born. But the moment you start operating out of memory of the now, no one would have even thought to make the concept of time. So you visualize with your eyes open words. But now we have to give the words character. You know how you have subtitles on when you're watching Netflix? Well, if you bring forth a word like your name, see your name. What are the letters? What do letters look like? Okay, you just looked at letters. Now, put many letters next to each other and have those letters form your name. With your eyes open, see it. With your mouth shut, say your name. Okay, well, obviously, if there's eyes assigned to what I'm seeing through this visualization, I'm seeing something else, but my eyes are open. So I'm not seeing physical things. And I just heard something with my mouth closed. There's another me out here. Oh, it's not another, it is me, because I'm the one that's doing it. Okay, you make that connection, you hold on to that connection. A master never forgets this connection. People may say that's simple or that's complicated. Either way, a master never forgets that connection. It's a tunnel vision, but understanding that source is infinite, therefore it's fluid. So if it says I must take 33 steps, in order to bring forth a level of awareness like no other. But in that same breath, we understand source is infinite. If source has me take a detour, then I'll take the detour. Because why wouldn't I? If all there is saying go left, go left. If it's saying go right, go right. If it's saying stand in the middle, stay in the middle. Because I'm all things. So, now we see our name. So bring forth a form of a divine statement, a prayer of some source, as some say. And see it as you see in your name. Don't make it too long. Don't make it a paragraph. What is the prayer we always say go to? If you have not one in your mind's eye, peace unto you, Spider. God or source, guide me to seeing as you see. God, guide me to seeing as you see. God, guide me for seeing as you see. By my name, I affirm this. By my name, I affirm this. By my name, I affirm this. And so it is. You always put things by your name because now you have a spiritual rank. In truth, you've always had one. We're remembering this now. If I said I could take you to a world where just being your skin complexion offered you many, many riches, when you get to that world, let's say you had like a vacation for like 3 weeks, called your homies up, called you up, called your family up, everybody knows, so you're not like in the, undercover. Nah, everybody know. And all you had to do was recognize your race, who you are. And every time you did, your experience became exponential. Like everything was free. The moment you recognized it, everything was free, everything was just wonderful. You wouldn't for a second not bring it up. But the funny thing about spirituality is we all can see each other's races. So you don't even have to bring it up. We see it. That's how frequencies is. What we just explained to you, the analogy, is how frequencies work. If some things do not make sense, or they make half sense, or even if they make total sense, when you go to sleep tonight, pay attention to the last part of your dream, because the connection you made is not the full connection. It's so powerful, you have to go into the dream realm to finish it. And then after you finish understanding what the dream realm says about what I just said, then you have to take it to the spirit realms and complete it. That's how serious this is. This is not a joke. That's what everybody must understand. You are in a mystery school. Yeshua studied under monks for months. He didn't even leave. He wasn't even allowed to leave the temple. Not because someone banished him to do so. No, he said, I came here to learn. And if you say, in order to learn, you must be here, I am here until you say, I have learned it. That's a master. I don't care how long it takes. Mr. Monk, man, you said I have to stay here for 6 months, and then what I'm going to figure out? How to just move stuff and heal stuff with my hands? Bet it up. That's what Yeshua, bet it up. Come on, roll the dice. And what number you say I have to land when I roll the dice? 3? And you say every number is 3? Bet, let's go. Simple. Yeshua heard that, when Buddha heard that, when Krishna heard that, when Yogananda heard that, when Michael Murdad heard that, when Ryan heard that, when Nadiie heard that, we all was like, bet it. Simple. And when you hear it, what do you say? So, Source, guide me to seeing as you see. By my name, I affirm this, and so it is. You see it. Start off by each letter, and those letters form the word source. How does that spell? S-O-U-R-C-E. See source. See the whole thing. It's easier when you do it with your eyes open because it leads you to the truth. Because even there's a form of teaching symbolically. You're learning about the truth with your eyes open. It's the symbolism. That's native. That's the native in me. That's the elders coming through, because the elders always teaching symbolisms. These symbolizes this. The reason why we have water and flame with the peace pipes, and the reason why its density matches that of earth, and the reason why our breath matches that of wind, the reason why we're of the everything is symbolic, because you can't say God is everything and then not say everything is deep or not deep. Either way, depending on how you shake it, source is not just deep, it's all there is. It's the deepest, it's the highest, it's the most leftist, it's the most rightist. So it's not just downward. That's why we have something called downloads and uploads. Because remember, how you even pray goes into the second phase of this. You said your prayer, you seen your prayer, you visualized it with your eyes open, push it out. Like Pirum, Roadrunner style. Pirum, meet, Roadrunner style. Send it forward into the ether. Send it into the ether. What did I say how you pray? After you send a upload, wait for a download. It's never download, then upload. That's not how it works. Someone have to upload something for you to receive something. So when you send something out to source, and when you can use this every technique that we've given you, and we will give, and we have given, because all is already done. What you would see is you can just insert anything and it still applies. That's what makes a master. I say follow my work and see that you've just witnessed a master. By the age of 33, people will recognize who I am. See my work. But the reason isn't because I'm so great. I even tell people I'm an average being in heaven. But everyone is like this because we're all evil and equal and light and dark. And that's what you must understand. It's across the board. That's why in the beginning we talked about the left-hand path and the right-hand path. Go left, go right, go middle. Because source is all of them. We're all evil, we're all equal, we're all up, we're all down. But now, remember, we highlighted choice. And when you go into the realms of spirit, you become the embodiment of choice. Now, we understand, okay, so when you said the moment I came out of my mother's womb, there was an infinite amount of versions of me that was basically born. And I live every single way possible known on earth. I live that right now. My consciousness chooses to go into a vessel that matches its state of mind. We just unlocked another DNA in you. How incarnations work. The more you remember, or what humans say no, the more you remember and know. If you know too much, you're out this body, you're going into a body that matches what you know. That's how it happens. And when people suddenly die, they're not actually just dying, they just know too much now. Oh, it kind of makes sense about how the government kills people because they know too much. And actually, like, remember, as above, so below. It's the same thing. Oh, you know too much? Remember the rules of incarnation. Your state has to match the vessel. Unless the vessel, or actually, if it doesn't, because that sentence wouldn't even make sense if I even said it. Because I'm trying to shoot grace for people, like, okay, you know, because I'm still trying to help. I'm like, I want to help the humans that don't get it. So as I'm teaching here, what you're going to witness is source tell me things to teach to the public. And I'm like, okay, because I told y'all, even I question God, and that's why I am who I am. Because I see all as equal. I question my brother or question my sister. Why wouldn't I question my friend? You feel me? I question my brother or my sister. Why wouldn't I question my friend? God is my friend. Remember the one little song that the two white people made? Jesus Christ is my nigga. I'm not saying Jesus Christ is God, but the song is funny. Just take out the words Jesus Christ and put whatever label you like. Now, as you send that out, that prayer, I love our little side notes, like real life side notes. It's fun. It's very fun. As you send that prayer out, we said listen now. That's what makes a full prayer. You listen. I don't care how long it takes. But remember, time ain't real, so you can get it like this. You sent it out, find a place to chill real quick. Personally, you ain't gotta do what I did. Remember, I'm a teacher, I'm a Christ, I'm a Messiah, all of that. You ain't gotta do what I did, okay? You're not on this path. It's okay to not just follow people's way, okay? It's fine. But if you do, I like to meditate in loud places. I would like purposely find construction. But because I manifested so well, somehow somebody's house always messed up, or is it needed some fixing, or the ground outside, or the street. So it's just, there's always noise. Somehow I ran into at my cousin's house now. Why y'all throwing a party? The moment I choose to come, haven't been here in 2 weeks. You chose a party this day. That's great. I always find a way to meditate with noise. So when I meditated in silence, my silence was loud. I seen this Keanu Reeves quote, and it tickled me. I was like, whoa. I'm paraphrasing ever so slightly. But he said something like, and my paraphrase might make it sound even doper because I am who I am, but I promise the quote alone was dope. But he was like, if you ever feel yourself having nothing else to say, sit by me, because I too am fluent in silence. I said, oh, that boy, oh. Lost for words, can't even finish the sentence. I was like, yeah, I need that. I need that. I'm gonna quote you, buddy. I'm gonna quote you. That's a quote him. My silence became loud when I did this. Yes, silence is definitely loud. When I started meditating with noise, when I did it in silence, I promise you, I could hear audible spirits as you hear me. I learned how to tune it out. And there's a mechanism. When you learn how to tune things out, literally, when you dial in, when you go into the spirit realms, that reverses. Because they call this world the upside down world. This is another gem. I just unlocked another DNA. We're moving fast. They call this the upside down world. So you go into the spirit realms, it's not the right side up world because we don't deal with direction in terms of the physical descriptions of it. See, what direction is in earth terms, because you would see a lot of the times spirits will use specific verbiage. And what humans would do, seers, when they make their religions and their Bibles, they would use that verbiage for their religions. But how they meant it wasn't the way you meant it. There's two different descriptions to it. And direction is one of them. See, direction on earth is north, west, south, east. Direction, when you're in the realms of spirit, is like a choice. It's who are you? Direction becomes a question in the realms of spirit. Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? That's what you will constantly hear when you're in the spirit realms. You won't hear it in an audible sense because you don't exist with your senses in the realms of spirit. You feel it. Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? But and if you try to say, I'm this, I'm this, I'm this, I'm this, you will still hear the question. Who are you? Who are you? Because they're waiting for your frequency to answer. That's why frequency is what humans would consider king. You know how the New Agers say, frequency is king. We don't care about what you say, because you can say one thing and mean another. As above, so below. If it happens on earth, we're not allowing it here. It doesn't exist here because we won't allow it. So who are you? What does your frequency say? Oh, your frequency says you're going to this dimension, this frequency. You know, 107.5. You want to be on the radio all day? Cool. Be brain dead. That's your frequency. So now you're always going to be at the radio with it. You're at the radio with it. You're at the radio with it until you change the frequency. Okay, and you're on a better frequency. It's a better one, but you're still practicing dimensionality. Remember, as above, so below, there's numbers. There's a 1,000,000th, thousandth dimension. Okay, there's a 1,000,000,000,000, billion, pentillion dimension. Because numbers keep going, as long as you're willing to keep counting. Leave dimensionality, that's you getting out the car. Because the radio is where the car is. So if I get out the car, I'm not where the radio is. They call this body your vehicle. Bam. New DNA unlocked. New DNA unlocked. Bam. Okay, well, how do I get out this vehicle? Astral projecting. Okay, cool. All right, Nadiie, I tried for like 2 months. I can't get it. Oh, I know why. You can. But do this. It will work. But, with your life. Well, lucky for you, God is infinite. There's another way to get out the car. To get out the car, recognize, take 3 days. It always has to happen in 3 days. This part, at least. Unless you want to be cool and learn it instantly. Only a few has done that. Instantly. Out the womb with it, instantly, only a few. For 3 days, sit and reflect on your life. And reflect on humanity. Your life first, and then humanity as a whole. And figure out how they operate. What do they like to do? What do they do not like to do? What is on their to-do list? What is on their not-to-do list? Humanity. When you figure that out, I got the answers. I got the cheat sheet. Stop identifying as it. Whatever if all humans said the moment this happened, go here, You don't go to the other side. You leave completely. Humans operate, go here, go there. All right, you said, so this is the exit over here, I'm leaving. This will help you leave the car. You don't have to be in that vehicle no more. And this is how a lot of Ascended Masters did it. Even though they had mystery schools and big, big buildings. Even though these buildings were in a cut, you know, because the mystery word. But, like, for example, Yeshua's teachers, the Essenes, in a land called Qumran, they was, you know, holding the Dead Sea Scrolls. And the idea of Thoth, they taught the ethers very well. That makes a lot of sense. Even I get downloads. The Essene teachers were the embodiment of the ethers. Okay, that's nice. That's a little truth nugget for the both of us, and all of us that's here watching the pre-recorded video. Now, as we anchor this information, what serves for us is, okay, we sent the prayer, we're listening. This listening, be in it. Be in it. Get in a meditative state. Go in a place where you're chilling. Go in a place where there's noise. Either way, meditative state means you're focused on your breath. Focus on I'm inhaling, I'm exhaling. Allow your stomach on the first 3 inhales and exhales to protrude and sink in. Protrude, sink in. Protrude, sink in. Everything has to be an in, out, in, out, in, out. It's a sex alchemy. I would always tell people, penetration is like the last step, and sometimes, most of the cases, it's not even a step at all. This is what sex out for you. This is not what I'm going to say right now. Disclaimer. This is not what sex alchemy is, but remember, concepts. We have to teach in concepts. I'm going to give you a concept, and the more you identify with this concept, then the true way will grow and blossom within you, because that's how sex alchemy is taught and passed. Remember, you're entering a course. See it that way. And in every course, step, master degree. See sex alchemy as in, out, 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 in, out. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. What is it? It's a movement. Sex alchemy is movement. Another DNA has now been activated. This is sex alchemy. Literally what it looks like. Almost like swimming. That's why it's associated with water a lot. Oh, so you can use sex alchemy with water easy. That's why we have a little bit of water left. We're going to show you literally how it works. And we have crackers to represent crumbs. Natives would use cornmeal, but they have other ceremonies that they use cornmeal with. But in this particular ceremony, they would use cornmeal. But not a lot of natives even knew about sex alchemy. Only the medicine men and some elders. All medicine men and medicine women, they know about this, because it was taught to them by God directly. Remember, if the whole tribe don't know about it, how'd you figure it out, buddy? Oh, God told me. Oh, that's why you're a medicine man. Makes sense, right? Yes. What can this represent? This represents you. All of this represents you. Notice what is happening. You must notice what is happening. In the comments right now, what do you see? In your mind's eye, literally, what are you seeing? But take out descriptions as in, oh, it's crackers. Oh, it's bread. Oh, it's grain. Oh, no, it's this. No, take out descriptions. What are you seeing? Something is doing something, and it looks like something. In the comments, what are you seeing? You're seeing something falling. You're seeing something falling. falling but moving with the wind. That's what you're literally saying. Something is falling but moving with the wind. So is it ever touching the ground? Because I didn't see it touch the ground. Some maybe did, but they're all still a part of the same cracker. So if something made it, they all made it. It's a constant movement. Even when no wind is blowing, some will still move over here, some will still move over here, some are showering. Yes, a perfect word. And that's why you're in the mystery school. That's why you get the big bucks. And this is going to be the end conclusion. We're always going to conclude in closing with the technique you can see so you can integrate it. Because lesson 1 is about activating your DNA. And to think that someone would charge you $3,000 for this. Trust me, I've seen the prices. This is you. Constant fluidity. Every little piece, every crumb is you. Every piece. If one piece makes it, you make it. What I just showed you is incarnation. There's many yous falling, but it's all the same cracker. Sex alchemy is when you add water. Because now water, you see, water, it's also that showering, it's fluid. But it's more smooth. Water has a direction. You seen how the crackers fell? They kind of falling sporadically. But when you see how the water falls, it has a direction. You see, it gets to the center point, and then it conforms to a direction. But also know there's crackers on my hand, so the salt and the grains guide the water as well. It's the combination of both. So what you must understand is you must be fluid, but fluid here and now, up, down, in, out, with everything in life. The only thing you should ever be committed to is source, A.K.A. God. That is it. Everything else, you have to stay there, leave, stay there, move, stay there, this, stay there, that, now here, now bam. But you have to find your home base. You need a home base. Source is your foundation in the realm of spirit. Where's your foundation on earth? Find that foundation. All right, I'm gonna use this vacation time, go here. I'm gonna use this work time, go, you know what I'm saying, work. I'm gonna use, this PTO, go here. I'm leaving the city. I'm leaving my environment. If I wanna stay in the city, I'm going here. I'm talking to new people. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I'm going here, I'm going there. Before I go to sleep, I'm saying, Source, take me to a place I've never been. Period, like straight like that. This is what a master is. It's the complete relinquishing of ego-based control. Source, take me to a place I've never been before. Now I'm sleeping. Let's do this right before you go to sleep. Tonight. Say that. Source, guide me to a place I've never been before. And then go to sleep. And guess what happens? You will find, Mr. Buddy, may you please leave mine? Thank you. No, don't go in the other shoe. All right, so you, and when you embody love, insects won't bite you. Oh, I didn't know I was gonna show you this, but okay. Can you go over there? Thank you. Spiders supposed to be super poisonous, crawling up on us. Didn't want to show you none of that, but that's how God works. But anywho, that's why insects love children, because children, they're not trying to kill the bug unless you start screaming, because now I'm scared, because why are you screaming? This, get out of the way. That's how a kid thinks, straight to it. Kids see things for what it is. This is causing you issues. I love you so much. I don't want you to have issues by bug. If the parent was like, oh my gosh, look at the bug. The kid go, oh my gosh, the bug, that's so cool. So kids work, they simple. Be as a child. That means see everything as it is. Simple. It's the combination of both. But you also apply this to your philosophy. Find a home base. Yeshua's home base was love. Buddha's home base was remove desire. Find your home base of philosophy, of thought. Until you need not thought. You need not thought when you're not in the body. You can still choose not your thoughts, and that's a representation of symbolism of needing not thought. You find your home base, and you constantly, oh, I'm gonna learn this. All right, now I'm gonna stop learning this. I'm gonna go over here. Okay, now I'm gonna stop learning this. I'm gonna go here. Now I'm gonna stop learning this and go here. Yeshua's story literally embodied it. Buddha's story embodied it. Gandhi's, Dr. Sebi, Yaki's stories embodied it. Nadi's stories embodied it. They went here to learn. They went here to learn. They went here to learn. They visited this culture, this culture, this culture. Now I'm ready. I did sex alchemy for 32 years of my life. Now the 33rd year is when I turn up. And sex alchemy is much different than how humans see it. Because remember what we said, sometimes humans think a definition is a definition, but we see it as a complete different definition. Thank you, you all. Hold this true to your hearts. We will put this link in private, edit the beginning so it just jumps straight to it, and then re-unlist it so everyone with the link will be able to see it. Thank you. We love you. We love you. We love you. I'm grateful. Shows you a lot. And what we also showed you is a form of ritual that you can do, or ceremony that you can do, a form of miracle that you can do, not even a form of magic. For what you do when you do this is you call forth a miraculous moment. And when you become the walking miracle, everything you do is a miracle. See, what people must understand is there's this one story about Yeshua doing an exorcism on somebody. They was convulsing and spitting stuff up. Thank you, we're very grateful. Yeah, there was like spitting stuff up and everything. Yeshua, he's the walking miracle, like I am, like you are. So he said, grab me some milk, a little bit of bread, turn them upside down. You're gonna pour the milk, you're gonna put the bread on top of it. And what's gonna happen is because the sun, the milk is gonna instantly start boiling. Put the bread over there, open his mouth, hold his mouth open while you hold him upside down over the milk bread. A long snake, a parasite, it came out of him. You know Yeshua made up that technique on the spot. You know, out of all intents and purposes, that man pulled that out his butt. But because he's a walking miracle, because you're a walking miracle, because I promise you, when you do the studies, that technique did not exist until that moment. Until that moment, it did not exist. What does that tell both of us? If that same person said, you shall do what I do and more. What does that tell both of us? When you embody this, what did Buddha's teachings and Gandhi's teachings and even Martin Luther and Malcolm X, what do they tell us? When you embody this, your thoughts, I'm gonna wake up one day and think this, affects your entire life and affects your environment around you. Not just your life, but everything around you. That's what a miracle worker is. It's literally spawning new things on the planet. People think this technique is so cool. Just wait until I fully awaken. Because then I'm gonna be like, pull a shoestring out, take a piece of bark, give me one blast grade. Blast grade? You mean grass blade? No, I need a blast grade. You're gonna be like, what? Yep, new technique. Out of nowhere. That's how every single person in mystery school is gonna start operating. Because I promise you, when you're a miracle worker, you can just pull things out your butt and they work. They work. I tried it. It was this supposed to be 30 minutes, but now you got this part because this is important. I literally tested this out. My cousin, this is a true story. I'm on the side of his house right now. You see, I'm outside. One, because I want to be outside. Two, because I'm not at my house. I'm at my cousin's house right now. I'll go in this house and show you. I'll be like, remember that one time when you said one of our other family members, they needed a way of manifesting, and she wanted to manifest a boyfriend, and she wanted to manifest some things about school. And she said, since I'm spiritual, I should know this. He gonna be like, yeah. He'd be like, remember that one thing I gave you to give to her? Yeah. He like, yeah. What did she say? She said, it worked. Tell Nadiie thank you. What if I told you I just pulled that out my butt? What if I told you I never tested that technique ever? Because I literally thought about it on the spot. Me and him will start rolling for 30 minutes. Because that's what a miracle worker is. This is called living in the unknown. Now, yes, everything you do will work. Because remember, God is infinite. There is no technique. When we say no technique, I mean the moment you think of it, now is deemed a technique. There is no technique that will not work. Because God is truly infinite. So remember this, take this with you. Everybody that's watching the pre-recorded video, really pay attention. Really pay attention. I'm going to edit this. It'll be posted by tomorrow. Thank you. We love you. Peace.